I'm happy you're all here. Tracy Dolling says she just got the Shimmer Vellum. Tracy, I think you're going to love it, and I think after seeing what I do with it today, I think all of you will love it. So welcome to Stampin' Peace with Mary Knabe. I am Mary from Westerville, Ohio, and I've been a demonstrator for nearly 13 years, and I think I love it more than ever before. And one of my favorite parts is about being a demonstrator is being able to connect with all of you. So I'm glad you're here. Please share this video either right now and or afterwards, and I would appreciate it very much. That way we just share the fun of stamping and creating with other people. First of all, I'm going to start off by asking you for your prayers or to keep positive thoughts for a family in my neighborhood. I don't want to go into any detail. There's not really a whole lot to report, but there was an accident in our neighborhood yesterday, and we're praying very hard for a child in the neighborhood and that child's family. So if you can join me in praying. And I'm so fortunate, so blessed to live in a neighborhood where people care about each other the way they do, even if we don't know each other closely, because we are somewhat of a large community. It just really is comforting to know that everybody watches out for each other and is willing to come together and help and support one another. So please keep a good thought and say some prayers for that family. If you were not with me on Wednesday's Facebook Live, you might want to jump back and check that out. We talked a lot about what it means to case a card. Create and share everything is what we mean by case. So therefore, when you see something out in the Stampin' Up! World, on Pinterest, on a Facebook, if somebody has created and is sharing that, that lets us know that it's okay to be inspired by that idea, to copy it, to make it your own, that sort of thing. So that's what I demonstrated on Wednesday evening. And I used this card I had recently created for a blog hop this week that is on my blog, stampinpeace.com. And then I pulled out some different designer series paper, the In the Wild DSP. I used a different stamp set and some different embellishments, a different die, changed a lot, but I kept the same basic layout of the card that I cased. So check that out from Wednesday. I also want to give you a reminder that registration for my, and suddenly I forgot the name, Tidings of Christmas class to go is going on right now. With that full class, you get the Tidings of Christmas bundle, the stamp set and the dies. You get half a package of the Tidings of Christmas designer series paper, which is fabulous. And you get a full pack of holiday rhinestones. Plus you have the option, if you already own that bundle, or if you're a demonstrator and you want to buy it on your own demonstrator order, you have the option to buy just the card supplies with the paper and embellishments. And you also have the option to buy just the PDF tutorial. But this is one of the lovely cards you make with that set. And I've been showing others throughout the week. And you can get information for this on my blog. It's on my Facebook group and my Facebook page. And if you still need help, I sent emails. If you still need help, let me know and I will send that information to you by email. And if you are not an email subscriber but would like to be, please let me know that as well. Or go to stampinpeace.com and you can subscribe to both my blog and or email newsletters at the same time. So today I said we would be working with the excuse me, the vellum Shimmer Vellum. Shimmer Vellum, in color Shimmer Vellum. And this is an example of one card I've already made. In fact, the people attending my cards and bingo night tonight at 6:30 will be making this card. And we're basically casing this outline, but we're going to make 5 cards in all 5 of our newest in colors. So I'm going to flip my camera around right now. And once again, welcome to all of you. While I'm flipping my camera to my craft space, I'm going to ask you to share this video. Either click the share button, or you can copy and paste the URL, and you can do it afterwards as well. And I appreciate that very much when you share for me. Oh, I just got some fun news before literally 1 minute before I went live. And that is one of my dear friends from Westchester, Ohio, has become a grandma for the first time. So she is now grandma to baby Rowan. So happy, healthy baby, happy parents. So lots of fun coming for that family. So I want to start off by showing you the 4 colors of the shimmer paper. And they go right along with our 2001 to 2023 in colors. So we have polished pink, we've got fresh freesia, we've got pale papaya, soft succulent, and evening evergreen. And they are all beautiful. And I don't know how well you can see this from my computer screen. It looks pretty good, but it's very thin. It's not much thinner than our regular vellum, or not much thicker than our regular vellum cardstock. One side is smooth and a little more opaque, and the other side is where you get the shimmer. And certainly you could work with both sides of these. So keep that in mind too. If you're one that always likes to have an alternate way to use your products, feel free to use the back for another purpose. But I want to let you know that this is truly shimmer. It is not glitter, it's shimmer. So it's very soft, very subtle, and nothing rubs off, which is wonderful because we don't like those big messes, even though we like our bling, right? So let's get started making some of these. And I don't know what happened to my 5th tag here, but that's all right. So I went ahead and pre-cut all of my card bases in all 5 of the in colors. And then I also pre-cut some basic white cardstock. And I am using that basic white cardstock to mount each of my pieces of the vellum on. Okay. Now you can obviously mount these on the same color cardstock if you wanted to, and you get a totally different look. So here you can compare what it looks like with the white underneath and with the same color of cardstock as the vellum. You just get a lighter tone with the white behind it, and you get a darker, bolder color when you have it against the same color cardstock. So the first thing I'm going to do is put all of my pieces of vellum, shimmer vellum, on the white cardstock. And let me give you the measurements of these. So the white cardstock, this one's moving around a little bit on me. The white cardstock measures 5 inches by 3 3/4. And then the shimmer vellum pieces measure 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. 4 7/8 by 3 5/8 for the vellum. But of course you can make them absolutely any size you want. Now, as I'm doing this, you probably notice I'm only using a small amount of adhesive, and I am using it in the center of the vellum. Do you all know why I'm doing that? For me, there's two reasons. Number one, you don't notice it quite as much with the shimmer vellum as the regular vellum, but it is possible to see the adhesive through the vellum at times. So I only want my adhesive where I know it's going to be covered by something else. So I'm not seeing that, adhesive on the corners or anything like that. The other thing for me is I like the vellum to be able to lift up from the cardstock or your card base, because I just think it adds to, what do I want to say? I think it just adds to the details of the card. Instead of laying perfectly flat, it just adds a little more dimension and texture to it when it, maybe rolls up on the corners a little bit, lifts off. You can see that these vellum colors look so much brighter with the white behind. Here's a good example too of, you can even see it here with the evening evergreen. On this one, I actually put it, mounted it onto soft succulent versus the white. And you still get a little difference in color there. So it's fun to kind of just play around with the different colors that you want to mount it to. Now from there, I'm going to add each of these, let me turn it this way. Actually add each of these, ooh, that wasn't folded very neatly. I'm just going to center each one on its coordinating card base. How many of you have been working with the new in colors? What are your thoughts? Do you have a favorite in color? Oh, Cindy says she likes the element of surprise. I do too. I do too. Sometimes, to be able to do something a little unexpected on our cards and paper crafts, I think is a fun thing. Do you have a favorite in color? Tracy Dolling's watching, and she knows I was with her when I worked with these in colors for the first time, and I chose to work with Pale Papaya, and it was not sitting right with me. I just was not loving it. But I have to say, the more I use it, the more I like it. It's not my favorite. Can somebody guess what my favorite is? No, I'm not seeing any more comments. What's going on here? Getting crickets, ladies. Unless the comments just aren't showing up anymore. What is your favorite in color? I have been working on, Joyce says polished pink. Really? Joyce, I would have thought you would say fresh freesia, but polished pink it is. Okay. Another polished pink, another pink. Oh, wow. It is a great summertime color and just bright and fun, girly. Polished pink is high up on my list, I will say, but I'm kind of leaning towards the soft succulent. Oh, that was for my choice. The polished pink. Yeah, it's at the top, but I'm going back and forth between these two as well. And I like these three together. I've been doing a lot of Christmas cards lately, so I've been using a lot of these, so maybe that's why I'm kind of gravitating to those. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Our daughter Andrea got married, or not got married, got engaged. So we're looking at wedding venues and doing some initial planning, but she's kind of leaning towards this color for bridesmaid dresses. And ooh, I'm thinking it could really, I've seen some pictures, it could really be elegant and yeah, just fun. I'm excited. I get to make the, and I did ask, I'm the mother of the bride, but I did ask if I could make the invitations for the wedding. And she said yes, so I'm thrilled. Okay, so let's do a little stamping to go on these cards. I need a piece of scrap paper. By the way, and I'm just going to test out on here. I am using stamps from Biggest Wish stamp set. And what I really love about these is you can mix and match all the way through. Yesterday or Wednesday's cards, we did this. We stamped the large, try and put it where you can see it, the large happy birthday or birthday, and then we did the small scripty happy on top. Cindy says she's freezing up, probably the storm's there. I'm okay here on my end, and right now it's bright and sunny. But today I'm going to do the opposite and put the happy in the large letters and birthday in the small. Of course, you could combine the scripty letters, the bold letters, whatever you like. So this stamp set, while it seems simple, is also quite versatile because of all the mixing and matching that you can do. But I thought what I would do is just, oh, that's kind of juicy, but I want to see, I think what I'll end up doing is, yeah, that's what I thought. Stamping off with the happy and then over it full strength with the birthday. I don't know if I'm loving that though. Let's try it with a different color. Let's try it with the pink. Ooh, these new pads are super juicy. I think I need to move some of my ink around. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. Okay, so I'm going to start with the greens while I have a moment to think about these. And if you have suggestions for those colors, you let me know. What I'm going to do is start with my greens, and I'm going to stamp the bold happy letters in soft succulent. Now this one too, these are all so juicy. I've used this one a fair bit, so I didn't feel like it would be too juicy, but I think it is. You know my trick, right? If it seems too juicy, just move some of that ink out to the sides. Oh, Joyce says in Cincinnati you're having some storms too. Okay. It's bright and sunny here right now, but I know it's coming this direction later this afternoon. And then I'm going to do my scripty birthday in the darker evening evergreen. Love those. Okay, I'm feeling good about those. Let's add those to our card front with a couple of dimensionals. I'm going to do this at a fun angle here. And for each of these two, I'm going to make a bow in the coordinating open weave ribbon. And this ribbon is really pretty. It does have a bit of shimmer and shine to it itself. It's kind of satiny around the edges, and then more open, more see-through in the middle. Does anybody have this ribbon? It's really a nice weight to work with. I like to work with this width. Just loving it. I will add this with a glue dot. One glue dot behind the knot of the bow is going to be just exactly what I need. Really pretty, right? Easy card. There's some bling, but it's not overdone. Kind of that simple elegance. Whoops. So many parts of the country are having severe weather, severe heat, or severe storms. Wherever you are, be sure to stay safe. I think I'll be able to get through this Facebook Live okay, because it is sunny out right now at where I am. I'm a little bit concerned about my event tonight, though. My online event tonight at 6:30. That might be a little rough, but we'll do the best we can, right? Oh, I think those are gorgeous. Now, aren't those really pretty? And do you see what I mean, too, about that shimmer vellum becomes more interest, or any vellum for that matter, when we allow those edges to pop up. Plus, we don't see any adhesives behind it. Really nice. I'm trying to get some of this out of the way. Now, I think what I will do with this, since I'm not, let me move some of this ink out of the way, and we'll try it again on scrap paper first. And I don't know about you, but I just think working with scrap paper is so helpful to stamp first, okay? Because then you know for sure how things are going to look. I don't think I cleaned my stamp well enough then. Still not loving it. I think on this, what I'm going to do is use a darker purple. Perhaps, I'm thinking Highland Heather for the word birthday. If I don't like this, you're going to have to help me out. Oh no, that's okay. I think I'm pretty good with that. It didn't stamp real clear. And to fix that, I can just use my Stampin' Right marker and go over those couple of areas where it didn't stamp cleanly. What do you think of that? Does that work? Oh, lots of you are freezing up. I'm not frozen here, so it must be in your own area from the storms. So I'm going to keep going since I'm okay on my end, and you'll be able to watch the replay afterwards. Tracy says she loves the 2 green cards. Awesome. And once again here, I can do a pretty ribbon. You could add all kinds of things. You could add a white ribbon, you could add metallic ribbons, any kind of fun embellishments. You could do some punched things, and I have that sitting right in my ink. I made this one a little bit larger. Really pretty. Okay, I need to close up a couple of these few of these ink pads before I go on, so I don't end up with a mess here. For these, I think I will stamp a little like this. I'm doing the soft succulent, and then I'm going to go over, oh, maybe I should have done this opposite. I should have done the lighter color. It's a woman's, oh, that's not good at all. This is pretty common with the new pads when they're so juicy. I don't think this is going to work this way, but let's see. Yeah, I'm not liking that. Okay, which means I am out of my pre-cut tags, so I'm going to switch on over to a simple hello, and we are instead going to stamp and punch our hello, but that's okay because I wanted to show you the next thing I was going to show you. We're going to punch some vellum and see if we can make some flowers. So let's do this one first. Ah, these new pads. Can you see that? Can you see how juicy that is? So again, when you get new pads, new stamp pads, test them out because you can see the difference right here. The stamping is clearer if you move some of that excess ink out of the way. See here how it just kind of runs? Oh, Tracy has a good idea. Pale papaya and mango melody. I do like that idea, Tracy. That's why I should always have an assistant sitting right beside me, you know? Okay, noticed I did not punch this with the hello in the center, and I will show you why in a moment. I'm going to use a couple of dimensionals on the back, and I'm going to put this just right in the center. You can put it anywhere you want, but I'm going with the center right now. I could do a bow at the top, but I want to see how well this vellum will punch if I wanted to make a flower. Nice, it punches really, really easily. I love it. So I am going to, let's see, I think I will try and decide if I want to use a glue dot or, let's try, I do think this mini dimensional will show through somewhat. It does. but we can put an embellishment in the center, a pearl or rhinestone or something fun like that. But I wanted a little more dimension in my flower. I'm also going to just kind of squish it up. No rhyme or reason to it. You can even kind of fold those petals, giving it even more dimension. See that? All that dimension I created just by folding those petals a little bit. I want to punch one more large one. Oh, I love how easily these punch. Okay, I'm excited now. I'm always a little bit cautious when we have our specialty papers about how well they will or won't punch. Most times they do punch very, very well. Tracy is always my best ear. Joyce Wilhelm, that is so funny because I always, Tracy, you know, Tracy's been working with me for a long time. Joyce Wilhelm is my dear friend who basically trained me on hosting craft weekends. And then I have put my own twist on them. But Tracy Darling she's my first demonstrator ever, still with me after many, many years. And she really is my right-hand person. I always tell people if I have an emergency ever, knock on wood, hopefully that never happens, but if I would ever have an emergency with and can't get to my weekend event or whatever, Tracy could run it and run it well because she knows how I think. And sometimes she even thinks my thoughts before I do, honestly. Okay, so I've got my flower right up there and it kind of gets lost, the pink against the pink. So I'm just gonna put some of these leaves behind it. Glue dots are an easy way to add these leaves behind it. Add whatever you like. I'm going to add this little one as well. So now you know that the vellum really does punch very well. And it needs something in the center of that. So let's see, how about, I've got a few things that come to mind here. First thing that came to mind was if we really want to do tone on tone, we'll use an in color gem right there in the center. If you want a little more contrast, do a pearl or a regular rhinestone. We've got gold embellishments, all kinds of things. So I really like the way that turned out. Now, somebody gave me the idea. No, I don't have another tag. I guess it was Tracy. Did Tracy say, let's see how this would fit on this punch though? Not quite. I'm looking to see if I have anything. But this, I don't think it will. No. Okay. I was going to say maybe we could try that, Tracy. Oh, you know what we could do? Oh, this could, I want to try Tracy's idea of the, where's my mango melody? The papaya, pale papaya with the mango melody. Let's try this. And I'll do it a little bit differently this time. This time I'm going to actually punch my cardstock first. And I am going to, you know, how about if we switch to a thanks? Do you send lots of thank you cards? Joyce Wilhelm, I know you send lots of thank you cards. Janelle says she loves it. Look, you should see this. It's a disaster. I also need somebody to come and clean up alongside me as I'm working. That's like Gosh, if I ever win the lottery, I could hire somebody to do that. I always used to think I would hire a cook. Forget that. I'll hire a craft assistant, a cleanup person. Okay, what I want to do is I stamped the Mango Melody, and I just want to see if I can add a light shadow by just moving the stamp to a slightly different position. Let's see how this looks. Okay, you get the idea of what I'm doing. It's not perfect. Too much space there, but close. Get the idea? Let's try it again. I might actually stamp the lighter shade first. But however this one works out is I'm going with it. Just so you know. It was easier to see the other way around. But you get the idea. Trying to decide which I like better. This. That kind of looks like a mistake. This looks more intentional. Or do you not like it at all? Maybe you guys don't like it at all. I'm not sure I like it. So I'm going back to my original plan, and I'm going to Cindy, the two colors for the thanks are Pale Papaya and Mango Melody. But here's something we can try. I don't know if this is big enough though. It's really not. Because I was thinking, can we put two hellos on here? I might have better luck with a smaller word. I'm just not loving it. Sorry, ladies. You know, I don't mind experimenting with you because I want to encourage you to experiment too with your stamps and your colors and all that and see what you can do. But I think I'm going to stick to just this simple hello. But I will finish off this card differently. Also, we did 3 with just bows. We did our hello with that flower in the center. And this time for the flowers, my paper cutter is it's buried under that mess. But what I want to do is cut several of the small flowers and put them around that label. When you're doing this, you might want to use your paper snips in between cuts and cut off those pieces because you don't want those little ones to get stuck in between in your punch. Just makes it a little bit easier to punch those. I'm punching 5. And when you get like that, before you punch another one, always make sure that you get all of that out of there. Just give it a punch. I just punch it and throw it over my shoulder. If there's something like that, you always want to pull those out because otherwise they might actually get stuck like between, like down in those crevices in the shapes, and it's hard to get the punch unstuck when that happens. Especially when you've got such a fine paper like vellum. So what I'm thinking is just putting some flowers around like this. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with my mini dimensionals. Actually, I'm going to do, I think, 3 up here in this corner. and then 2 in the bottom corner. Did anybody say they have the vellum paper? I know there were a couple people. I think Tracy said she did. I feel like somebody else said they did. Pam says she really likes these cards. They're so pretty. Thank you, Pam. You're one of my great cheerleaders. Pam is another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I've enjoyed getting to know her through Facebook. And then we got to meet a few years ago. I believe it was in Atlanta. Is that right, Pam? Were we in Atlanta then? And on these, I'm going to actually use my pearls. I want the centers to show up a little bit differently. Oh, wait. No, I'm not. I lied. I'm going to, we've got these clear epoxy dots, and we've got these silver ones. What do you think? Pam Simmons, you tell me, which would you use? The clear epoxy dots for the center or the silver? And while you're doing that, I want to punch some leaves. So I'm just going to cut a strip of this. And this time I'm going to use the soft succulent Shimmer Vellum instead of the evening evergreen. Sometimes with these builder punches, it's hard not to waste some of your paper, but don't let that stop you from creating what you want with these punches. Or sometimes it just takes a little more time and effort to not waste as much of the special paper. By turning your paper in your punch just like I am, we're going to stop there. I think I probably have enough. And I'm looking for my glue dots. Oh, if you could see this mess over here. You're probably seeing part of it, and I lost my glue dots in all this mess. Here they are. I have an idea. You could all take turns coming to visit me, and while you're here, you can assist me doing Facebook Lives and being the cleanup person, or not necessarily cleanup. I would hand it to you and you would have it out of my way, kind of thing. Deal? I have a very nice guest room at my house. And while we're not doing Facebook Lives, you can craft till your heart's content. How does that sound? I love visitors, so honestly. And if you are people who don't live in my area, but you're visiting in the Columbus, Ohio area, please contact me. I would love to meet up with you. Oh, Joyce says she would cook. But Joyce, you know that I would really want you to bake me a cake. Oh, the Artistry Bloom sequins would be a good choice, Pam, but I don't have any of those. But it definitely would be a good choice. There's a demonstrator. I'm trying to think of her name offhand. I can't think of it. Melinda Blevins, is that you from West Virginia? That was just out here at Easton in the Columbus area not too long ago, and I literally live 10 minutes from Easton. So I told her next time she's in the area, please let me know. I would run out and meet her, and maybe we could have a drink or lunch. Or I just think, because I feel like I make friends on Facebook, and I have relationships. I feel like I know people, but I don't always, I've never not necessarily met them in person. So I always think that would be fun. Oh, almost missed the embellishment. She said clear. I think somebody else, Joyce Lutterby, also said clear. Oh, I like that. It's just very subtle, but you definitely see it. And then you don't really notice the mini Stampin' dimensional on the back side of that. Oh, that is pretty. Super pretty. Okay, I think more people should would love to meet you next time. Yes, Melinda, it was you. Okay, I was right. Different people have said it to me, but I remember there was somebody who said it pretty recently. Yes, we will make that happen, Melinda. All right, I want more people to be able to enjoy this beautiful in color shimmer vellum. So I would like you all to type in the comments right here, type shimmer vellum. I don't care about the spelling. If it's close, it counts. But from everybody who types shimmer vellum, I will pick 3 people to receive a sampling of all 5 of the shimmer vellum colors. And when I say that, I will cut you a 4x6 piece of each of the 5 colors. And all I ask is that you create something with it. You can create several things, one thing, you can use one of them, all of them, whatever. I just ask that when you receive it, you create with it, take a picture and post it here to share it with all of us so that we can enjoy your creativity as well. So that is it for me. I am going to say a quick goodbye so that I can quickly get cleaned up and changed. I can't go in my sweaty walking clothes to this wedding venue. Andrea and John might look at me like, what's with you? Why are you showing up like that? But I am excited and need to run out there to meet them and then get back in time for my online cards and bingo tonight. And after tonight, after we make our cards and do our bingo games, I will post the 5 different cards that we make in tonight's event with the Evergreen Elegance stamp set. Have a good day, have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday for another Facebook Live. Bye-bye.